Cobra Kai Season 5 ending has left us with a lot of questions, and it seems like they'll finally be answered in Season 6. But could Cobra Kai end with Season 6? Well, that's what it's starting to look like. It's official, Cobra Kai Season 6 will be the last season of the hit Karate Kid-inspired series.
No realist. I know my time is almost up. And I'm gonna spend my last days in here.
In an emotional letter to their loyal fanbase, creators Josh Held, John Hurwitz, and Hayden Schlossberg announced that they would end the show on their terms so that they could wrap up the story in the best way possible.
Oh my, it's been a long time. Oh, I'd say you're keeping well, but all evidence to the contrary.
That's what happens when someone burns your life to the ground.
Even though this might be a bittersweet moment for the fans, the creators reminded them that the Miyagi-verse is stronger than ever, but it doesn't seem like the Karate Kid spin-offs will be ending anytime soon. They mentioned in their letter that they're actually hoping to tell more Karate Kid stories in the future. The creators of the hit Netflix series Cobra Kai have always had an endgame in mind. In an interview, the show's co-creator John Hurwitz revealed that they are working toward a specific conclusion, but that doesn't mean it has to be the end of the Karate Kid universe. They have a lot of ideas of actually continuing on with the whole Karate Kid vibes through different stories and formats. But how will Cobra Kai Season 6 end?
I have terrible service out here. I just need you to come and get me, all right? I'm dropping you a pin.
Amanda?
Cobra Kai is heading into its final season, with all of the original characters fighting in the same dojo and most of the rivalries settled. This sets up some interesting possibilities for how Cobra Kai will end and what unresolved storylines will be explored in this last installment. One of the biggest questions is, what will become of the Cobra Kai dojo? Will Johnny Lawrence and John Kreese continue to run the dojo together, or will one of them take sole control? Well, at the moment, it seems like there's only one possibility. In the first season of Cobra Kai, the show flipped the story's perspective from Daniel to Johnny and presented us with a different kind of Karate Kid, one that found strength in the teachings of Cobra Kai. Through Johnny's dojo, we were introduced to Miguel Diaz.
Oi, you need some help, mate?
Yeah, I'd love some help. My phone's out of service. Do you think you can help me get to...
Who was struggling with his own insecurities. Miguel found the confidence he needed to succeed through the guidance of Johnny and the Cobra Kai dojo. Just like Daniel LaRusso was helped by Mr. Miyagi in The Karate Kid, Miguel found solace in the teachings of Cobra Kai. The first season of Cobra Kai made it seem as though Johnny was trying to redeem himself and the dojo, while Daniel was almost painted as the villain. At the end of Season 2, Johnny was no longer connected to Cobra Kai after Kreese took charge. The dojo shifted towards a more violent and aggressive approach that Johnny had left behind when he became sensei. With the return of Terry Silver, things got even worse, leading to a complete break between Johnny and his original dojo. It would be very unsatisfying if Cobra Kai ended with Kreese and Terry Silver's version of the dojo.
You've got even more talent than your father. You just need to show it to the world.
After everything that's happened, do you think I care about a stupid trophy?
It's not about the trophy.
With Cobra Kai being the main villain that has to be defeated again. That is why it would make more sense for Johnny to reclaim Cobra Kai at the end of Season 6. This would bring things full circle and show how far both Johnny and the dojo have come. But Kreese also had a pretty big role in Cobra Kai. Although it wasn't all good, you have to admit there would be no Cobra Kai without him. So will Kreese ever come back? Of the original Karate Kid villains, John Kreese and Terry Silver are the only ones not yet redeemed. Silver will probably never be redeemed since he doesn't even see himself as evil and will get rid of anything that comes in the way of Cobra Kai's success. Kreese, on the other hand, has a much better shot at redemption. Cobra Kai Season 5 almost redeemed Kreese, which had the original Karate Kid villain face his failures and fears for the first time in the saga.
I want to finish what we started.
Finish what we started. Just like we were supposed to do 35 years ago? Before you vanished?
I was in a bad place. There's no question about that.
The therapy scene with Johnny Lawrence's sensei was an essential part of this process, as it deconstructed the character in a way that strongly suggests Kreese will be redeemed. While the audience was able to witness Kreese's mental progress and personal growth, it was not quite enough for him to be an ally of Johnny Lawrence by the end of Season 5. Instead, Kreese managed to escape from prison after having opened himself during therapy, leaving his future rather ambiguous.
You told me you've been fighting all your life, so keep fighting. But with your heart and soul.
Whatever happens with Kreese in the future, it's clear that his arc will be crucial for Cobra Kai's closure. But what about the show's other villain, Silver? He definitely can't be redeemed now, so what'll become of him? Let's be honest, Silver's never gone for good.
Not bad, Taguchi.
Terry Silver's fate is still up in the air with him getting imprisoned and all, but one thing's for sure, he's definitely going to return for the last season. At the end of season 5, Daniel hinted at the issues this could cause for Silver's lawyers, but there was no definitive conclusion as to whether or not Terry would go to prison. It's entirely possible that he has used his wealth and connections.
You were his best student. I never saw it. You got guts, Lawrence. I give you that. Just not much upstairs.
To avoid any legal consequences for his actions, the writers may have already hinted towards a possible return for Silver with clues from season 4, subtle hints that indicated a potentially fatal health condition. This was further reinforced by the scene where he showed up randomly at the hospital, making it quite clear that he's been carrying a secret for some time. It's obvious that Cobra Kai will give more details about Silver's medical issues and Kreese's ongoing feud with him in season 6. While Silver may or may not return, what'll become of Sekkei Teikei? Cobra Kai might just be defeated. By the end of season 5 of Cobra Kai, the future of the dojo was uncertain. Terry Silver had been arrested after his fights with Chozen and Daniel LaRusso, while John Kreese was on the run. All of the students of Cobra Kai had left as well after learning that Silver had paid off a referee at the All Valley tournament. Despite all this, it seems like the Cobra Kai dojo will still be a part of Season 6's Sekkei Teikei tournament, with Sensei Kim taking on the role of leading the dojo, which was inspired by her grandfather's techniques.
With heavy packs filled with nothing but water, we would train at the peak, long after the sun has set and the nights turn cold.
The Sekkei Teikei is a global karate tournament, so it's likely that there will be a number of other dojos participating in the tournament. But it's important to remember that Cobra Kai was the very first opponent in the Karate Kid universe, and thus should be the final one. This means that if Terry Silver's plans to expand Cobra Kai fail, the Cobra Kai dojo can't win the Sekkei Teikei, since this would make Cobra Kai synonymous with karate all over the globe. So it's safe to say that a solid prediction is that Cobra Kai will lose in the tournament. On the plus side though, there's some news that a new character might be introduced in the next season. Julie Pierce is making a comeback. Cobra Kai Season 1 set a standard for the series by embracing its Karate Kid canon, and since then, numerous major characters from all 3 Daniel LaRusso movies have made appearances. But Cobra Kai has yet to incorporate Hilary Swank's Julie Pierce, Mr. Miyagi's other student, into the show. It's important to note that the 2010's The Karate Kid isn't officially part of the Miyagi-verse like Jackie Chan mentioned. With Season 6 being the final season of the show, now is the time for Julie Pierce to finally come back into the game. So do you think Cobra Kai will end with Season 6? See you in the next video.
It's a long story.